It's the most horrific moment you've witnessed in public. Several years ago, I was aboard a small plane taking off from a private airstrip. At the time I was working for a relief organization and we were trying to evacuate several badly injured children from the area to get them to proper surgeries. The entirety of Central Africa was at civil war at the time and this was not a safe flight. The takeoff went well as did the first 2 or 3 minutes. My last calm memory is looking out a window and seeing the Congo River directly below us. Out of nowhere I felt mind and body shattering impact, besides an arm broken and hanging on only by some muscle and skin, and a fractured right orbital socket. The only physical injuries I received were 2 popped eardrums. The plane had been hit by an RPG. The captain managed to keep the plane in the air long enough to crash land us in Brazzaville, across the river and the border. Of the 11 souls on the plane during takeoff, 5 survived the landing. At first it appeared those approaching were coming to help, but as soon as they saw the 3 surviving children, paramilitary arrived and immediately things ended badly. The pilot who was trapped in the cockpit was executed with a blast to the face. I know this because part of his jaw landed on me. The rest of us were dragged out of the plane. I was interrogated but was going in and out of consciousness. The children were horribly injured and inconsolable. The most messed up thing I ever saw was a paramilitary fighter who wasted no time on them, simply flipping them over onto their stomachs and bayoneting them one after the other, through the backs of their necks. Then they argued about what to do with me. I had managed somehow to stabilize my wounds. They were speaking in a combination of French, Dutch and English and most wanted to set me ablaze, with rubbing alcohol, for being a spy. The paramilitary commander decided against it and instead had me loaded onto a cart and dropped off in front of a World Health Organization regional office. I was put into a medically induced coma for fear of brain swelling and transported into private clinic Western Europe. Later, I was debriefed by a UN rights investigator. Nothing ever came of the incident and I haven't returned to Africa since.